Alrighty, guys. So the team's marching out. We see an early purple ping. At the rate they're going, they're not gonna get there before the blue team. So hopefully they'll see them enter that bush, or entering the bush, I should say, so that nobody gets jumped. But we shall see what happens here. It looks like the blue team is... What are they doing? Okay,
Looks like they're just spreading out,
but in a really odd fashion.
Yeah, this has been a common entrance by purple team invades.
Yeah, so Caitlyn's gonna arrive in the bush, and oh god, she sees them coming. So
the jig is up. Well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, so Draven's definitely gonna run away until the sight goes away, and yeah, they're just gonna give up on it. That's the smart move. And Images is just running around.
It's like he's not giving up.
No, his team is like, whatever, you can sit there.
Yeah, he just wants to see if anybody will come take another look.
It would have been interesting if they sent all 5 people into that bush, but looks like he's just gonna get to chill.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah. Since this is a free-to-enter tournament, obviously there are a lot of different teams with varying levels of elo. The higher elo teams have definitely been more inclined to invade.
Mm-hmm.
Some with some success, others with not as much success. But usually the invades go sour when they get spotted and try to force it. So very wise of them to not force.
Yeah, right now they're just chilling.
Yeah, Elise is just doing the blue all by herself. No leash required. And it's going to allow the purple bot lane to actually get to lane ahead.
Yep,
so they'll have the advantage. Yeah, when you're with Blitzcrank, level 2 first, always a good thing.
Although on the other hand, because of that, Leash Hecarim is quite ahead in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Which he definitely needs.
Ooh,
that's not what you want to do against Tryndamere. You don't want to stand there and just auto-attack with him.
So already, both top laners taken pretty low. And the health pot already being chugged by box shot. JDK making sure to not go too close. He does not want to eat a turret shot.
Yeah, that can undo all your hard work.
Yeah, that would just mess everything up. And we see that the purple bot lane has already hit too. And
you can't make any plays off that.
Yeah,
though.
definitely looking for that crane game if the opportunity presents itself. Hecarim is heading up top for a gank. The Gankerinos. And JDK will know now. And the spin will take him away. Red buff is ticking, but Shyvana, no way she's going to catch up to that. Not worth it. Whoa.
Good dodge.
Kind of a point-blank hook goes far to the side.
Yes.
And Images is almost out of mana.
Yep, purple team actually in quite a bit of trouble here. Because Blitzcrank is only going to get one more try. So he has to make that one count.
Yeah, it looks like Elise has already gone back to buy and has picked up a Doran's Blade. As we see the crane game landing onto Lulu, forced to flash away, pops the E onto herself for a little bit extra protection. And that will save her for the time being. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Hecarim tries to come in with the E, but the nice W jump away.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised Hecarim isn't ganking bottom. Like, all they've been doing is pushing up the whole time. That would be his best. That and Blitzcrank Draven is naturally a really aggressive lane. So it would be the easiest place to gank. For sure.
So I wanted to get your thoughts real quick on the Lisa's first back. She picked up a Doran's Blade and boots. Normally you see junglers go for the Spirit Stone.
Picked up a Doran. Whoa. Did she not start with any items? She must have had one of those at the start. I can't imagine she would have sold a machete or something.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that build path works out for her as we see that Elise is bottom and wants to make a play. Here comes the crane game. They're just going to walk up. Caitlyn not respecting and flashing away, and that is going to be an easy kill.
Yep.
Kill goes over to Blitzcrank. Should have just flashed it, honestly.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm actually surprised he didn't go for Lulu. That would have been an even freer kill.
Yep.
But trust in his skill. He's like, well, I'm gonna land this hook, so no problem.
Yeah, it was a fairly reasonable pull, since she was against the wall.
Yeah, she didn't really show the respect that you should against Blitzcrank, so he was like, well, I'll take a high percentage pull on the more important person.
Yep, definitely. And Lulu could only watch, not even bothering to blow exhaust.
Yeah, because that wouldn't do anything.
Caitlyn just exploded right there. And the kill did go over to Blitzcrank, not the ideal target. As we see JDK getting out traded for the time being, mocking shout coming down after the fact. We see Yasuo going back for his first buy. The CS in mid, pretty even for the time being. Pretty tame lane so far. Only one gank attempt so far by Hecarim. And he will go back for a Brawler's Glove and some potions. So how do you feel that this lane matchup works, Sniper Worm, Tryndamere versus Shyvana?
Oh, Shyvana should destroy Tryndamere, but that won't last forever, obviously. Basically, it lasts until the point where Tryndamere can ignore Shyvana, at which point Shyvana loses. So she has to build a good mixture of damage and survivability, such that she can always threaten Tryndamere, but Tryndamere doesn't do too much damage to her. So it's important that she never falls behind in the lane. Like if a Elise gank comes up there and actually works, he'll be in big trouble.
Speaking of Elise.
Yeah. And he's actually fighting instead of running.
Here we go. That's another kill. 2 for 2 so far.
Yep.
Whereas Hecarim is 0 for 2. His ganks have been much less effective.
0 for 3. He showed up in bot.
Oh, that's true, yeah. He kind of just gave them the once around, and that was about it.
Well, he showed up, he got pulled and punched, and then he ran away.
Oh, there he is again. Here we go. Blitzcrank is being singled out. The polymorph goes down. Flash blown by Image's exhaust on top of him. He should not survive this as Caitlyn eases forward very aggressively, and Fragology probably shouldn't have bothered flashing. I think they can get him. Yeah, good flash forward, and he will barely get out of range of the creeps on the tower.
Yeah, good job by the blue team. And like I said, that's where Hecarim should be going. Those are all high percentage ganks all the time.
Yep, and now he... Ooh, the Ziggs bomb is going to get him. Good pickup.
Yep.
A little bit of redemption for his team right there.
That was actually a bad recall by Hecarim. Because that's one of the prime spots Ziggs would try to throw the bomb, and he did leave lane. So it's obvious he was going to go do something.
Mm-hmm.
He should have recalled in a weird spot, because it was clear that they were safe in the somewhere in the lane, yeah?
Right.
Because as soon as he got out of vision of the creeps, he could have just recalled in his own lane bush and he would have been fine.
But nonetheless, I think it's a lane that Hecarim should definitely go back to, as both of the flashes were burned.
Yeah.
So it should be even easier next time. See, Hecarim has picked up the Boots of Mobility. And he is also working towards the Lizard Elder item, it looks like. CS across the board while the action kind of dies down for a little bit. Tryndamere very much ahead. Definitely in control of that lane CS-wise. And has the kill. But despite getting ganked and getting 2 kills bottom, Fragology still very much ahead since they were shoving up all that time.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Caitlyn having a bit of trouble CSing under that tower.
Yeah.
The blue bot lane has to work together a little bit more to try to get all that CS. Even if it goes to Lulu, someone has to get it.
Oh. And there you can see that is the purple team's game plan. Just shove up and watch them miss the CS as Last Breath is initiated onto Gank City Mare. He does not have the W to save him, but he is under the tower.
And he has barrier.
And he has the barrier, so he will get away. And Yasuo wisely not chasing a lost cause, as Elise was coming around the side. But in the top lane, see Boxshot standing his ground. But now that the burnout is finished, he doesn't want any more of that.
That's actually a bad strategy against Tryndamere when he's winning. I don't know what Caitlyn's doing here.
See, Elise thought he was sneaking around for a gank, but we do have action bot lane as Ace in the Hole does land onto Frag. He has no flash. And Images is all by himself. Nice Lulu ulti to increase Tryndamere's health by a little bit. Going to help him out a lot. And they are going to be able to pick that up. Easy 2 kills again. Caitlyn able to re-engage after Draven went down so fast.
Yeah, so I eat my words a little bit there. That was a really, really risky bait. But it ended up working out, so all's good that ends well. Like, she face tanked a little too much damage there, honestly. But it got them to really commit. Although, to be fair, there were no wards along the path that they came, so they would have been dead either way.
Yeah. And this time Hecarim will get away without the Inferno Bomb revenge kill.
That's always nice.
Yeah, so that's always nice. But they wisely knew that Dragon was probably not good of an idea, since they were on the low side of life.
And they were low and they blew everything.
They could potentially make a play for it soon, but it looks like Purple Team's going to beat them to the punch as they are on top of the Dragon. Yasuo coming down gets cut off by the Ziggs Q and the W. And yeah, this Dragon will go to the Purple Team uncontested. It's a good answer by them.
Very good.
So they lost a lot of momentum in bot lane after Hecarim started camping them. But that should help to stop the bleeding a little bit.
Honestly, Hecarim should probably go back again.
Yep, and just make life miserable for Draven and Blitzcrank, but it looks like he will be showing up in time to get this gank off onto JDK. There's the E for the knockback, pops the W up. Shyvana does have Dragon's Descent available, but
that's
Tryndamere is way out of range already.
Yep. That's probably his worst lane to gank. It's going to be impossible for him to actually pick up a kill.
Okay, so Wild Growth going down onto Caitlyn, but she is getting slowed by the red buff, and a nice lead on the stun. Will be an easy kill, and Lulu is definitely going to die now because she already blew ultimate. At least easily tanking that turret and pulling herself up with the repel to de-aggro.
Yeah, good job by Elise coming down to help her lane. And in that situation, Lulu should have blocked the stun for Caitlyn. That came from Elise. Either that or she just should have ran.
We see that Yasuo has roamed down with Hecarim. Fragology is in a 2v1 situation, and he is not going to be able to go hero mode, as he is just getting overwhelmed by all the damage. Hecarim now 2-1 and 3. Yasuo picks up his first kill of the game, is up 109 CS to 89. But Ziggs is shoving that turret in now, and JDK, he's scheming. He wants to dive this, I think.
Yeah, Shyvana's at that definitely at a point where she does not have the damage to threaten Tryndamere. So because Tryndamere has an insane level of sustain, he's just gonna hit you and do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and Elise really, really good at taking down turrets when they're low.
Yes, especially when no one's around.
Yeah, and when no one's around. Obviously, the ranged autos are good for her, but if they ever just leave it to die, the spider form, definitely good for that.
Yeah, can just walk up and just start biting it.
And then we see JDK, mission accomplished. Turret down, both in the mid and the top lane, as we see the Crane game once again. Pretty short this time, though. Kind of a fishy hook right there. Didn't really come too close, but they still have the wave advantage and definitely have the momentum again after that dive. And we see a pause coming out. And let's see what the problem is real quick. Okay, so the pause has come from the blue team, and it was paused by the captain. Lag spikes, okay. So yeah, I really think that what you were suggesting earlier might have been better. Hecarim should have just kept living bottom.
Yeah, if Hecarim went down there for bottom instead of going top, which ultimately didn't end up doing anything, he could have either been there for the counter gank or could have ganked first. And it would have been a lot different in the bot lane. Because even though Caitlyn got those kills and assists from his ganks before, she's still not ahead. So it's not wrong to just keep going down there. Because most importantly, like, you want to keep going down there because not only do you want to keep down the enemy AD carry and make your AD carry big, but if you keep ganking, you get big too. So basically 3 members of your team are automatically huge. And then coupled with the fact that Yasuo was actually winning in mid, means that your team would be really strong aside from top lane.
Yeah, and purple team definitely made Hecarim pay for that, because once he showed top and Tryndamere got away, they quickly rotated 4 down.
Yep.
And blue team caught completely off guard by it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those times where for the good of the team, you kind of have to abandon Shyvana and say, well, you got to figure out a way to do what you can on your own.
Yeah.
And we got to try to win the rest of the map.
Okay, so it looks like the lag spikes have ceased. Gameplay will resume right now. Shoutouts to pause. And right back into the action as Images is caught out. The blue team trying their best to collapse on him. Hecarim going to tank up the tower, but with Wild Growth, that is no problemo. And Yasuo taking the opportunity, using the Wild Growth knockup to close the gap with his ultimate, and he was able to pick up frag afterwards.
And this is going to be a tower as well. So very good job by the blue team.
Yep. Team Breakfast Plate definitely keeping it together. For every move that the purple team makes, they have definitely responded just as strongly.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit tougher now because they're not going to have that easy place to camp to get gold. So they're going to have to make plays elsewhere. I definitely would not be surprised to see a bunch of people rotating mid now.
Yeah, mid is definitely the target of choice now.
Especially because you have Caitlyn, Lulu. Even though they have Ziggs, you can put tremendous pressure onto the tower.
Yeah. But slowly but surely the CS is going to become a problem. Tryndamere's still up 27 CS. Tryndamere scales very hard. And Draven is still up by about 30 CS. You can see Caitlyn, even though she's 2, 2, and 4, she still only has a pickaxe and a Vamp Scepter. And she is not even sitting on BF Sword Gold yet. So she's still actually significantly weaker than the Bloodthirster Draven, all things considered.
Yep. Oh, Tryndamere doing his thing.
Yeah,
Just
Tryndamere dropping his combo. It's possible that he might be trying to bait out someone to come and help, possibly the jungler.
Well, he's just doing the Tryndamere where he's just going to hit you if you don't hurt him. So, he don't care.
Yeah, and it looks like Elise has actually found himself a wild Yasuo. Hecarim coming in to assist. Here comes the Ziggs ulti. And that's going to be Yasuo going down. I'll try my best. Has double buffs. Then he feeds it to Tryndamere. That is all kinds of problems. And it looks like Tryndamere wants to dive this. He does have his ulti available. Shyvana will pop Dragon's Descent, but it will do Nathan's to deter. But they do at least pick up the Elise.
Ooh, 2 kills.
Blue team double kill.
Okay, Shyvana making me eat my words right there.
Yeah, that Ignite and Burnout. That residual burnout.
Residual
picking up the
burnout,
kill.
yeah.
Very, very nice. Oh.
Fragology taking a ton of damage, but Lulu as well. Below half life.
Yeah, that's not the kind of trade you want to make because Draven has Bloodthirst, so he's going to get that health back really quick.
And Lulu will not.
Yeah, Lulu will not.
Now Tryndamere has gone back for his Blade of the Ruined King. Nice hook! Landing on the Images. Here comes Hecarim. And it looked like they wanted to bait it. Fragology has been exhausted and the fear was on him. Lulu trying to kite away. Barely doesn't get away though. Almost made it out and the flash was burned. So that is unfortunate for Lulu. But they still do get the 80 carry. So mission accomplished, I guess.
Yep. And again, that's what happens when you do those unfavorable trades. You end up just barely dying when the gank comes.
Yeah, you have to believe that had he been at a little bit higher health or more, he would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, JDK going back for Blade of the Ruined King has the static shiv on deck. And he is going right back to his job, smashing creeps. He is at 155 to the 113 of shiv.
Man, and that dragon doing a number on Images.
Images pops the siren, wants to get away. And Hecarim will not pursue that. Looks like Ziggs is actually waiting on the side to potentially pinch, but it doesn't look like anything's going to happen. Neither top laner with a teleport, so this dragon contest will be a 4v4 at best. Images quite low, but to be fair, Caitlyn has taken a bunch of pain as well. And does not have the Bloodthirster, only the Vamp Scepter, has not gone back to buy yet. And the Dragon is getting burned down very fast.
Oh,
Caitlyn, that bush is warded! Oh no! Not a good idea. You gotta know that that's warded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just very sloppy right there by the blue team, and purple team makes them pay for it in spades. You have to respect that those bushes are gonna be warded up.
Yeah, if the enemy team's going for Dragon, you have to assume that they have vision all over the place.
So yeah, Caitlyn stepping out way too far in front. Gets blown up, and the Dragon will also go to the purple team. The gold lead is 32.5 to 27.5. So
starting to snowball.
Yeah, starting to snowball a little bit. The kills are 10 to 10, and the towers are 2 to 1. It looks like Frag will pick up this next tower. Lulu coming down to stop it, but Elise is already on her way. Stand aside comes down. Looks like Frag wants to bait this. Yeah, he's really trying to bait this as Elise comes across, and the Whirling Death will pick up Lulu in the end, and Caitlyn's going to have to run for her life. It looks like blue team is trying to collapse down onto the bottom side though, so let's try and get the camera back down to bot lane.
They're so split though.
Here comes Yasuo, flashes in, picks up, well actually no, Hecarim gets Fragology, but Elise is there to do the dirty work and clean up. Microsoft admin wants to chase onto it, but the stun will deter. Ace in the hole coming across, and ooh!
Oh, Yasuo shouldn't have gave up.
Yeah, actually Images gave up right there. He thought he was dead.
Yeah.
He just stopped moving.
Well, because he probably assumed Yasuo was still coming. Because obviously a creep wave will come at some point, at which point Yasuo will catch up and kill Blitzcrank.
Yeah, and there you see it's getting to that point where Tryndamere can just kind of ignore and not really care too much. And it was a good job by the Gank City Mare. He's more of the push City Mare, I guess, this game.
Well, that's definitely one of Ziggs' strong points.
Yep. And if he needs to, he can always chuck his ulti.
Yep. But yeah, it's one of those weird things where, like, when you're losing to Tryndamere, you want to just tank up so that he can't really kill you as quick. But the thing is, because he builds so much damage and sustain, regardless of how much defenses you build, if you only build defenses, he's just going to sustain through anything you do, so it's like you're not even there.
Yeah.
So you can't only build defenses against him. You need some offense to be able to threaten him.
Yeah, definitely those, with that full tank build, those Shyvana attacks will be doing almost negative damage with all the healing he'll be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And the gold lead has ballooned now to almost 9k. This is not looking good for the blue team. They were holding their own, I think, in the early to mid, but the turrets have been falling very rapidly, and they just haven't been catching a break in these team fights since. Ziggs ulti coming across. Yasuo finds himself a wild Ziggs, and that should be the Yasuo ultimate. Yes, yes, good flash over the wall. Images is probably going to be left to the Wolves. They're going to try to turn this around. Fragology, though, not able to do enough damage. Randuin's Omen getting popped down, and Caitlyn is there.
Yeah, Frag going where he shouldn't be, and he dies for it.
Yeah, and it looks like Tryndamere is trying to man up and get some kills back, but the kite might be too strong, and it is. Blue team still very much alive here. At least going to get a kill, but I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it, as they do end up clean acing them.
Yeah, in the end, because they tried to, oh my god, a quadra onto Yasuo. That's awful.
That's awful for the purple team, yeah.
But yeah, what ended up as just someone getting caught, they should have just left it as is. But instead, they tried to force it with their gold lead, tried to make a play out of it, and ended up destroying themselves.
Yeah, definitely a big implosion right there from the purple team.
Yep.
Not knowing their limits.
Yeah, that was a huge throw.
Yeah, quadra kill for Yasuo. He is sitting on 2.5k gold.
Yeah, and that lead that was a little over 8,000 before is now cut down to only 5.
Mm-hmm. So Yasuo laughing straight to the bank with that Infinity Edge. He is basically good to go. Everything from now on will make him even more godly. He's gonna be doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, especially to the Draven and the Tryndamere. It's gonna if he starts hitting Tryndamere's gonna have to pop that ult real fast.
Yep.
Which is not what he wants.
See JDK chasing onto box shot. Blade of the Ruined King is popped for the slow, and he has the red buff ticking. Spins to close the gap.
That was a pretty short spin, actually.
Still not Dragon's Descent, and there is no tower. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Yeah. The marathon chase.
Again, defenses don't do anything.
Yeah, that's got to be depressing.
Yeah.
Basically just walked him down right there. A little bit of a short spin, but still enough to get the job done. And whoa! Image is getting caught out. Forced to flash over the wall. Ziggs ulti doing not a whole lot of damage, as Gang City Mare is not in a good spot, but at least coming around from the back. But in the meantime, Hecarim is isolated against 3 or 4 people. Blue team just so split right now. Whirling Death coming across the shutdown, going to Elise, getting a double kill out of that. And oh my, the throws and the counter throws, Sniper One.
Yep, big throw right back at him.
So what happened in that fight?
They thought that they had a good situation there, but then halfway through the fight, Hecarim just went real hard, and everyone else was trying to kite back because Yasuo was dying very early in the fight, so he was trying to run and the whole team was trying to save him.
That should be an inhibitor, easy. Even if he dies for it, it shouldn't really matter too much.
Yeah, he really doesn't care at this point. He's just like hitting people because he's like, yeah, I got it. I can't get away, so.
He actually should have just kept CSing. I think that would have been more worth. That would have been pretty funny.
He probably thought he might pick up a kill. Oh, here we go. Catch.
Yasuo popping flash. Images coming around with the ultimate, but he does not much to it. He just kind of feeds a kill, actually.
Yeah, Image is actually baiting in his team to die. Yeah, and then they get wrecked right back.
Yeah, and the last breath used to finish off frag. And that's another throw ace. What is going on? These teams, I tell you.
Oh, they're calling for the Barons.
And that is definitely a good call.
We'll see. They got no smite, so hopefully they can do this quickly before Tryndamere can get there.
Let's see, Tryndamere does not yet have home guard, so they should be able to get this pretty free. Yeah, this will be an uncontested Baron, and the gold lead was around 8-9k, went down to 5, and now it's around 7 or so.
Yeah, 7.5.
The throws, they're amazing.
Yeah, purple team overstaying a little bit too long, and once again, when someone gets in trouble, everyone tries to help instead of just leaving, and it just results in your whole team dying.
Yeah, while I do respect the nobody gets left behind, that mentality, it's definitely costing them a lot of money.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta leave people behind.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was just a miscommunication or what, because Images went really hard right there. Like, he just ran into everybody.
He probably was trying to distract them so that they would kill him. But he probably forgot that stepping in front of Yasuo just means he gets an extra gap closer. So that's how he was actually able to catch the rest of the team. He stepped through Blitzcrank, and then through Elise, and then made it to Draven through all those people.
So yeah, definitely a very kill-heavy game. It's been quite the bloodbath, 21-20. But the story has been the objectives. Even though blue team did secure the Baron, which is big for them because that probably would have been an issue had they not gotten that ace. The tower count is 8-2, and the inhibitor is down topside. And JDK is going back to his standard duty, which is getting the next inhibitor. And Shyvana going to challenge him, they need to send more people. Either that or they just have pull Shyvana to the team fight at this point. Because JDK can pretty much just ignore him at this point.
Yeah, it's not a good spot. Open inhib, minions pushing in the top lane.
Yeah, and the siege creeps on it too.
Yeah, and Shyvana not really even hurting Tryndamere at this point, so that inhib is free. Probably just should have been forcing a fight in mid instead.
Yeah, and purple team not looking to do anything cute. They're just keeping the wave shoved in and zoning them out. And there's always the threat of the Images crane game as well. To see blue team finally wanting to force a fight. Wild Growth getting popped onto Hecarim. He is a huge horsey. He's trying to run them down. And Fragology does end up going down to Yasuo, but Caitlyn is definitely dead. JDK is still very healthy. It is a 3 for 3 overall. And Shyvana trying to make the plays. JDK cannot go any further forward because of the tower.
JDK's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
That
like,
Yasuo
whoa.
hurts. Whoa.
Yeah. Definitely put the brakes on right there, but Yasuo also did not want to chase.
Yeah, because both teams kind of got a little burned by overcommitting so far in these games. So
Yeah.
they're like, well, maybe we should just take what we got.
And I believe he had ulti up as well. But still, as they say, the damage has been done.
Mm-hmm.
2 inhibitors down now. It's definitely going to make the third one pretty easy pickings, I think, at this point.
Yep.
And sooner or later, Baron will be back up. And purple team can probably help themselves to that. Taking a look at the items across the board. Double Bloodthirster onto Draven. So it's just going to allow him to kite back with his autos. Because yeah, he is getting run down. Let's be honest. It's the Hecarim E into R into Lulu ulti, and it's just open door for Yasuo, so he's just trying to lifesteal as much as possible. Still no GAs for anybody that I can see. And Blockshot just like, nope, no thank you. We've tried this before.
Yeah, that was smart to recall because, yeah, if Tryndamere stepped into that bush and saw him, that wouldn't have been good.
What can the blue team possibly do at this point? They're not super poor, but they're running out of base.
They have to just force a fight away from Tryndamere because Tryndamere's always splitting. They need to immediately force a fight when Tryndamere's somewhere else doing something.
Okay, here comes the initiation. Shyvana and Hecarim diving into the front. Yasuo taking the door open with last breath. Caitlyn's still full health, pelting at Elise in the back. But Draven is still very healthy, and he is just destroying everybody until Yasuo cleaned him up, actually. So it is actually 3 for 3 so far, and the 80 carry is still alive. So Images will have to flee.
Yeah, unfortunately, Inhib goes down in mid.
And JDK still doing the pushings, and oh my goodness, that should be GG right there. Disappear.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And yeah, they tried to force the fight while Tryndamere wasn't there, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, they're just too weak. They couldn't kill them fast enough.
And that will be game 1 as Tryndamere roars at the end with his ulti. And that will be game 1 going to Please Let Us Win, We Pour.